Welcome guys, welcome to Lane and 17 TV. You know, it's your boy Jamie here. Quickly gonna talk about Ange Postecoglou being sacked from Tottenham. Daniel Levy has finally made his decision. I know I'm a bit late to release this, but we're gonna talk about this anyways because this must be talked about. Let's be honest, bro. Ange, thank you for everything, bro. Thank you for glory. Thank you for that night in Bilbao. Thank you for beating Manchester United. Thank you, Ange. You are a club legend. This means everything to me. I've been happy since we won. Yeah, I've been in a jolly good mood. You're gonna be missed. The players are not happy. I'm happy that they've reached out to you and obviously spoke to you, and you know they miss you because you brought them glory, bro. You brought these crop of players together, made it like over the line, and you're gonna be missed. You're gonna be missed. Personally, for me, I don't think you should get sacked. I definitely feel like you deserve to at least start the next season, at least the first 10 games. But the club has made their decision. You have to move on. Life moves on, bro. There's no point dwelling on things now. Like, the decision's already been made. But like you said, you always win things in your second season, and that's the only problem with. I'm not mad that he got sacked. Well, I am mad, but I'm more mad about how the sacking went, because for me, it seemed like they always were gonna sack him regardless, and I find that pretty weird with the board because, you know, you had every right to screw the season. The fact that you allowed him to get to the final, and I thought, like, if he would have won the final, we would have kept him. But the fact that you waited 2 weeks to sack him when you could have sacked him straight away was a bit bizarre to me. I thought that the club. Listen, either way it goes, if you'd have sacked him now or sacked him straight away, there would have still been problems. I will admit that. But I feel like if you'd have sacked him straight away, you would have made your decision, you would have been like assertive, you would have gotten your new coach in within these 2 weeks that you didn't sack him, and we could have at least started making signings, making some headway. Of course, we're still like, listen, it's just June just started. There's still plenty of times to do transfers, there's still plenty of times to get the manager in. But I just would have thought it was the hope that if he would have won, we would have seen that these players, they would have continue to go into season 3. But like I said, for me now is that cool, he's sat now. Who do we get? The rumors is that we'll get Thomas Frank. He's a leading candidate. Personally, I would rather get Xavi, because I kind of feel like now you've sat Ange Postecoglou that's won trophies. You should get a coach that has won trophies, at least recently. Thomas Frank hasn't won nothing throughout his managerial career from active. If you just started to win, you want to build on that with someone that has won before. With Thomas Frank, it's like, it is more of like a Graham Potter sort of project where you're getting a good coach that hasn't won nothing, that still needs to prove himself. Thomas Frank, this will be his first big job, and it's like we're taking a step back then moving forward. That's the first perspective. The second perspective, like, is this. Thomas Frank's a good coach. With these group of players, he will get the most out of them. He could possibly fulfill their potential more than Postecoglou, and I agree with that, because for 2 years hasn't really improved like the players. Let's be real, he hasn't. Thomas Frank will. Thomas Frank will improve the likes of Solanke, Johnson, Bergvall, Archie Gray, Madison. He will improve these players. He will get us playing a more effective way for them, I think. I definitely agree with that. However, now that Tottenham's experienced glory, I feel like we don't care about top 4 and all of that right now. I think we more care about, we need to make it over the line now. We need to go on and start winning, carry on winning now. I feel like that's gonna be where the Tottenham fans are gonna be divided, because you sacked a winner to hire someone as a won nothing. That's what I mean. It sends the wrong message. But here's the third perspective. This is the board side of things. He's won the cup, yes. But 22 losses is unacceptable, and that's a fact. 22 losses is perspective. The third perspective is that one game, one moment shouldn't mean he should keep his job. And I understand that. From the board's perspective, why would they risk a season where, say if they gave him 10 games and then he done rubbish, they would have to sack him mid-season, get a new coach in, starting that all over again. So I understand why the sacking happened. Then, like, you know what I'm saying? And I can see, like I said, I've given you 3 perspectives here, and I fully agree with why certain decisions or why people feel this way. But that's just my thoughts on that still. But like I said, Thomas Frank looks like he will be the man. And if he is, I will support Thomas Frank because I do think he's a good coach. And I definitely feel like he will get the best out of these players 100%. But now let's talk about the club and about Levy. Thomas Frank, Levy leaving. Now Levy, honestly, I don't like you. I don't like you. I hope you step down. I'm hearing you're gonna step down. Please step down, bro. Please, bro. Let Tottenham go, bro. Don't sell your stake in the club. Just move away from football side, bro. You're a great businessman and I applaud you. I think generally speaking, you should be a professor when it comes to business. Honestly, bro, I think you could make millions of teaching people how to run things and make like institutions step away from football, bro. You don't like football, bro. It's clear and obvious you don't really like football like that still. But yeah, Levy, if you hire Frank, are you gonna back him? Are you gonna back Frank? Because let's be real, it doesn't matter what coach we have. If it's Postecoglou, Frank, Jose, Poch, you don't really back managers. Like, yes, I feel like with Postecoglou, you gave him a bit more money, but it's not about the money. It's about the quality. It's the quality, bro. Because you can spend 200 mil, but the quality you bring in doesn't make sense. Do you get me? And with Frank now, if Frank comes in, we're in Champions League football. This is not Europa League now. We need more quality, bro. There's a lot of big decisions the board has to make with Son, Romero, because Romero could leave now because Postecoglou's gone. There's a lot of big decisions to make, bro. There's a lot of big decisions to make. Frank needs to get back. It doesn't matter how much I think he's a good coach. This squad needs surgery. The wings ain't good. Son's lost it. And I'm saying we should look to sell. Personally. We can't go into season with Son, Wilson, Kulu and Johnson like why. That's not good enough. We need a CDM. We need another playmaker. I always say this every season, bro. We need 5 signings, bro. We can make 5 signings, but yeah, and then of course we got to sell players as well. Like I'm hearing like Basuma is looking to go. We'll sell Richarlison. I think we'll sell about 3 players. And I think the 3 players that will probably go are Richarlison, Basuma and Ben Davies. Those are the first 3. The others are like, obviously we already lost, obviously Regulon as well is looking to go. Obviously we lost Verona as well now, good. So a couple of players will be going as well. So we'll probably lose about, you know, 3 to 5 players this summer. We need to bring in 5 players to replace them. But yeah, whoever we get in, Frank, whoever, they need to get back. Levy, you have to back the manager, please. We need at least 200 million spent upon this squad this summer. 200 million spent. At least that, bro. At least that, because listen, we could get bopped in the Champions League, bro. We could get absolutely bopped. But yeah, this is my take on Ange Postecoglou getting sacked. Remember to subscribe, remember to share, and we out.